because I remembered from a long time ago, Lisa Heminger hosted Yammer in Chicago, poetry open mic, throughout the 90s, a little bit in the last decade as well. And she was a riot. She's a great reader, and she would have everybody, because she loved Emily Dickinson so much, everybody would say with her, you're already laughing. What would they say? Do you know?
Not the Yellow Rose.
Because I could not stop for death. And the thing perfectly fit into because I could, because I could not stop for death, the Cadillac stopped for me, and so everybody would do Emily Dickinson to the Yellow Rose of Texas. Because she loved Emily Dickinson so much, she also did a poem that she read semi-regularly called 2 Minutes with Emily Dickinson. Because if she had 2 minutes to talk to her, what would she say, blah, blah, blah. And some of us regulars had decided that we were going to do 2-minute poems. I know Juliana Marshall did 2 minutes with Anais Nin, and people were doing things for poets, and I thought that if everybody was doing poets, I was going to pick a novelist, because Ayn Rand's movie, Atlas Shrugged Part 1 came out this past weekend, and if anybody knows about Reardon Metal, that's why I'm wearing my chains. I decided I was going to do 2 minutes with Ayn Rand. And so I had it is in the book, Contents Under Pressure, which is now in its second printing, so you can get that online at any time. But it's also in a 4-chapbook release called Uncorrect, and just because I had it open there, I was going to read from there. This, in my and he's like, I'm going to do it on the timer. Yeah, hey, computer geek here, you're not doing that. Good, you're not touching that. This, because not only is he a great guitarist, he's also a cool computer geek. And he put on a second counter, so I can have 2 minutes actually counting down. And I also want to say that in this piece, I look for somebody who shares these kind of great values, and I've never found them, and I've got everything. Thank you very much.
Great values?
Yeah.
Ayn Rand?
Versus those socialist ones that some of the other
people
people
like. You mean the woman who based all of her heroes on a mass murderer? Oh, please.
At least you don't know her then, because that's not the way it is. But yeah, a couple of us are like, well, that's not at least the way it is.
Widely misunderstood by all the idiots out there.
Well, no, but most people who start philosophy have people who don't believe, and that's fine. And that's, as I said, that's just fine. So I'm going to do this counter, so I'll try to make it within 2 minutes, and this is my attempt at doing, if I had 2 minutes to talk to Ayn Rand. I don't believe in things that aren't proven, things that there is no evidence of, but sometimes I wonder what I would do if I had 2 minutes to talk to you. When someone asked me what I'd say, I said I'd rather hear you speak. I'm sure the words you would part onto me would mean infinitely more than what I could say to you. And if I could talk to you, I wouldn't know what to say. But I know I'd have to tell you, like so many of your fans in the past, that I thank you for showing me that there are logical people in the world, that man can live by reason, that reason is a virtue, that selfishness is a virtue, that I have a right to what I earn, to what I create, to what I know to be true. I would have still been searching blindly for philosophical answers to the meaning of life if you had never told me that I was worth something, that I am my own end. And it's nice to hear that even when I'm surrounded by these unthinking masses, that there are people who hold their minds as their highest value out there somewhere in the world. And the fact that they exist helps me through my days. But you knew that. You knew about these heroes, and you wrote about them over the years. And how could you manage to write gripping 1,000-page novels about heroes that a rational mind can't help but love? And did you really find that hero in real life? Because I'm still looking. You created these heroes, but are they just created? Does anyone else understand these values as I do? Yes. Thank you for giving me the answers, but all the answers I've been looking for, but tell me that there's someone out there that found those answers too. So maybe if those people who pose this unreasonable, illogical, ethical question in the first place, if they could give me another 2 minutes so that you could do some talking, maybe then you could explain to me how to get through the days when no one understands you. How to accept less of perfection when you've understood the purity and the clarity of the thinking mind.
Excellent.
2 minutes. Thank you. Thank you. Everyone, everybody. that person was, and I found him. He's right there.
John, yeah?
I found him